Well guys, welcome back to Fog Racing here for qualifying recap, and it was Valtteri Bottas that got on pole from George Russell, from Max Verstappen, from Charles Leclerc, from Perez. So that's your wee top 5 recap, but let's just dive straight into this session. Obviously this weekend's a lot of talking points. Albon's got COVID, Russell in for him, Aitken in for Russell, and Fittipaldi in for Grosjean. And yeah, I like this. Like I can't believe it's took F1 to this, like a fucked up season with this pandemic to try like an alternative layout at a circuit. Like, I know they did Bahrain, it was Bahrain in 2010, right? But like, in terms of like a shorter layout, I'm surprised they haven't done something like this before. Like, just to spice things up, you know, like, and like every couple of years change the layout of a circuit to make it shorter. I don't know, because it just makes it so much better. Like, look how close this was. Like realistically, I still did think that Merc and Max would be at the top, but going in, I mean, look at Leclerc's lap at the end there. I mean, it was unreal. He literally, it was so unpredictable. We didn't really know what was going to happen, what the order was going to be, and yeah, it's going to be a good race tomorrow. But anyway, Q1, Fittipaldi last, no real surprise there, but the real surprise is Aitken almost beats his teammate, but he actually beats Kimi Räikkönen, man, who didn't have a good session. Latifi 17th, Magnussen 16th. No crashes or nothing, nothing like that on the sorts. Norris, a bit of a surprise in Q2. Giovinazzi out as well. Vettel, a bit of a surprise. Leclerc managed to get through, which I was surprised about because that Ferrari engine's pish. But Albon in P12. Now, some people say this is a surprise, but to me it's not a surprise because this guy just isn't good enough, right? Get Perez in that Red Bull, because this guy just isn't good enough. We've seen last week, we're thinking, oh my, right, we're actually going to get a Red Bull 2-on-2 fight here against Mercedes. Obviously Bottas had his issues, right? I mean, I'm not Bottas' biggest fan. I think his racecraft and like race pace is pretty poor, but the guy has pace. I'm not going to take that away for this guy. But Albon's shite, right? I mean, look at last week. Perez was beating him comfortably, outpacing him. Albon was 6/10 slower a lap than Max Verstappen. That's just not good enough, man. That is not good enough. Get Perez in that Red Bull, and Red Bull, even if they do have the second slowest car next season, they could legit do some fucking damage. They could take the fight to Mercedes with Perez. I'm not joking. They could. You know, it's a joke. Moving to Q3. In midfield here, all pretty close from Perez down, 4 tenths colours, 5th to 10th. But Charles Leclerc, lap of the session, man, 2 tenths off pole position. There is no doubt about it. Like, if this guy was in the Merc, would be into the 52s. I mean, that's how. I mean, that's how confident I feel, because that Ferrari's awful. I mean, the amount of time it will be losing down the straight. So how much time he must have gained through the corners, man, to make up for it. It was like an Alonso-esque performance. Sadly, I think he'll only go backwards in the race, but I guess only time will tell, guys. Max third, good performance. I expect him maybe to like get pole or split them, but I don't think he's going to be too bothered about that because it's going to be a good race tomorrow. Russell, I think, will fade in the race, and Bottas, like I said, he's not that good in the race. Money on Max, guys, if you've got money. But anyway, it was a very fun qualifying session, guys. But until next time, peace.